Yo, there's two things wild in this video. The thumbnail that DJ Akademiks decided to put for Nicki Minaj, insane. Two, the caption to this video. I never heard this before. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. But supposedly, Ak saying allegedly, Nicki Minaj was egging on Meek Mill to expose Drake and his ghostwriters. Also, they're both part of the same label. So some of us might think how Meek had all that information, how Meek knew how to attack. We all say DJ drama. Ak is saying Nicki Minaj has something to do with that. Also, Nicki Minaj and Drake were very close. And then randomly we saw that fall apart. Like, yeah, they give each other little fake hugs and kisses on the cheeks, but it's never been the same. Literally never been the same. You would think they would have got close after she broke up with Safari. So let's see what Ak got to say about all this. I am curious. Nicki, why you hating on your label mate? This breaks my heart. I love both of y'all music together. Young Money. I thought this was Young Money forever. Nicki hating on Drake. Lord, what is this world coming to?
Nicki Minaj, how about you speak on why Drake didn't talk to you for the longest? How about you speak on your role in the Drake and Meek Mill beef? How you were encouraging Meek at the time to expose Drake, maybe out of jealousy. I don't know, because y'all were on the same label. Y'all were definitely on the same label, right? Why don't you admit that you were trying to expose Drake yourself for ghostwriting, right?
See, that one's crazy. She tried to do it herself. Is wild. Like, yo, where's Weezy at? You know when the parent steps out and the siblings start fighting? Where is Weezy at a time like this? Nicki wanted to expose Drake. Like, young me can't even take this right now. My mind's like, Nicki, why? Nicki, why? And me looking at this scary ass face at the right side of my screen ain't helping.
When you were his label mate, but you were with Meek. And also, let's talk about, I mean, I've said it before, it's pretty much all documented history. You were one of the major parts in why Quentin Miller got hurt behind this shit. People got punched in the mouth because of you.
Damn.
Because you were fueling on the other side to say, hey, listen, you gonna let this nigga talk about you like that? This nigga not even writing his raps. What you finna do? Again, I've told the story. I think I'm the only one who told the story, but it's his facts. I don't tell you the source, but the source is as close as the source is in the story, or the source is involved in the camps.
The source is in the story. Who do you guys think it could be? Is he talking about Meek himself? Even though Meek and Ak has never had the best relationship, so do I think Meek is calling Ak sharing some juice? I don't think so. Could it be possible? Maybe he got the story after they broke up and everything happened and he's trying to throw some spite on his ex like people do all the time? Maybe, but I don't know. I just don't see Meek Mill calling Ak with any juice. Has to be someone else close to both of them or close to the situation at the time.
Remember them tweets from Meek to Drake when Meek said, yo, I only tweeted this just to show somebody I don't give a fuck? You and Meek supposedly at the Louis Vuitton store. Nigga had like $70K in cash, but what y'all both wanted to buy was a little bit more and he asked you to cover it and you gonna tell him? Drake would never ask me to cover it, to pay for no shit at no store. You got him mad.
Damn. Nah, that's wild. Your shorties tell you some shit like that, it is over. Two things is wild. Meek, how the hell you got 70 bands in the store and you still can't cover the tab? You know what that tells you? You shouldn't be buying this shit. It's probably not the best investment. You would think they buying a car, an airplane, a submarine, on a building complex. Niggas was at the Louis store and 70K couldn't cover the bill? Like, oh my God. What did they buy? They bought Louis and Vuitton himself? Like, what did they buy? Ask this girl, yo, you think you could throw a little 30 piece on that? You think you could throw a little 30 piece? I got 70 on there. I just need you to cover it. Shorty comes through like, I'll do it, but Drake would have never told me to throw half on it. Shorty, you was walking home. I don't care if you Nicki Minaj, Nicki. You was walking home. I'm taking your keys. You walking home. Oh, man. This is crazy. Then he tweets, stop comparing Drake to me too. He don't write his own raps. That's why he ain't tweet my album because we found out. I remember that. I remember this was when I was like, oh my God.
You won't talk about why and how you really contributed to try to take Drake out while you were supposedly his label mate. You won't talk about that. You won't talk about that. Why y'all ain't talk for a couple of years? Maybe that was one of the things. I don't know. You should answer it though. I wouldn't talk to you either. If I was calling you sis in all these interviews, and you get a man and you get him jealous at me and also help feed him information to make him feel like I'm not writing my material, then you think he could kill my career because you're also thinking you're competing with me, but I survive. And because your man don't win, you end up in the wins, and then you later come back crawling to me. You came back.
Yeah, Ak said a lot in this. Do I think it's all accurate? No, Barbs. I'm just reacting. For any Barbs in here, I'm just reacting. There's new information to me. I'm a fan of Nicki. I'm a fan of Ak. Just watching the video. Let me just get that out again. Just watching the video. You know, a whole bunch of hate mail because the nigga watched the video. I didn't make it. I watched it. There's a lot being said in this. I'm not gonna lie. That talking about Nicki not being with Meek after the battle, just couldn't go home to a loser. But the fact that Ak adds, you left in the wins and then you came back crawling to me. I was like, damn, she went back crawling to Ak for what? He was talking in third person. He was speaking like Drake. She went back crawling to Drake to squash the beef. That's what he's trying to say. There's a lot in this going on. I do remember at points her chilling with Drake either after the beef or during the beef. Again, they were on the same label, so I just thought she was one of the ones like, I'm not gonna be part of it. You beefing with my brother. I'ma just sit out of it. That's what I was thinking all the time. She was wasn't asserting herself. She was trying to stay out of the beef. It's between Meek, it's between Drake, my man, and my best friend, or my brother, whatever I may call him. I don't want to get into it. That's the role that I thought Nicki played in this the whole time. DJ Akademiks adding all this is a little wild, saying that she was back there feeding, hoping that Meek would have took him out, so then she would have been the biggest artist on the label. Like, there's a lot, bro. Nicki's kind of low-key an evil genius. You low-key an evil genius if this was true. The reason it didn't work was because in all the movies, the evil genius always gotta say he's playing out loud. Nicki, you such an evil genius, you never even told us this shit.
That crawling to Drake, that wasn't forgot. You know that wasn't forgot. Let's be honest. You know that wasn't forgot. You're a snake. You're a snake controlled by dick.
Yo, that's crazy. Hold on, I wasn't expecting that ending. Low-key, I was not expecting that ending. That's hilarious. There's a lot being said in this. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot being said on this. I had no clue ever that there was any beef at all between Nicki and Drake. I might have maybe heard things. This beef happened back in 2015. 2 more years, bro. That's just gonna be 10 years ago. Not even like a year and 2 months. It's gonna be 10 years ago that Meek and... Yo, time has been flying. Oh my God. But yeah, no, I'd never heard this. Actually, he's the only one that ever covered it. He covered it before, and I usually always watch Akademiks. I don't even remember him covering this. This is a wild angle. Nicki was back there sharing information about Drake to Meek, getting Meek jealous of Drake, saying, you know how what women do. My ex would have never done that. That shit won't get me jealous. That would get me single. I don't give a damn what your ex did, shorty. I'm gonna have to be your next ex story. Nicki Minaj, I hope this isn't true. I am a huge fan of YMCMB, and I always keep that era in my mind, like bedrock, super high in my mind. I was in high school. It was such a great era. You and Drake, y'all were the couple that never happened that I always wanted to happen. I'm sure the whole world wanted to see that happen at one point. It would break my heart to ever see that you would backstab Drake. That would break my heart. That would break my heart. Let's hope none of this is true. This is all alleged. We haven't seen no factual information until Akademiks want to release who that source is or give more information. This is all alleged. But what do you guys think? Can you believe this of Nicki Minaj? Do you think Nicki Minaj is a snake to do something like this to a person that calls her sister? She calls him her brother. They even fake had a relationship on YMCMB to tease the fans. They done so much great historical music together. Do you guys think that Nicki would turn the sword on Drake's back and try to stab him in the back? And just because Meek Mill might have lost that battle or never won, and Drake still came out going crazy, that's your tour. What is that? Your tour, your girl's tour, all that shit. She couldn't take the humiliation of her man and how he went out super sad. She ends up breaking up with Meek and comes back crawling to YMCMB. OVO! Just start screaming that shit from the top of her house until Drake hears her. What do you guys think happened? Let me know down below. Do you believe this or do you not believe this? Share your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. We're on the road to 10,000 subs. Sub up.